You felt it again, didn't you? That sudden rush, like something invisible just whispered your name, like the air around you stopped for a second. That's not in your head. That's Archangel Michael stepping into your space, your soul, your story. And this time, he's not coming to comfort you. He's coming to warn you. This is a final heavenly choice. And if you don't take it seriously, what was written for you may be lost forever. Forever. Beloved, not delayed. Lost. You've been feeling something was off. That restlessness, that tug in your gut, that sleepless wondering, why do I feel like I'm on the edge of something but can't see it? Because you are. You're on a spiritual cliff, and this message is the only rope heaven could throw before the fall becomes real. Michael is holding the other end, but you've got to grip it now. There's no more time for second guessing. You've been praying for clarity, haven't you? But what if I told you clarity came and you ignored it? What if I told you Archangel Michael has been sending you dreams, people, signs, chills, and every time he gets close, you scroll, you hesitate, you delay. He's weeping this time, not because you're bad, but because you don't know how close you are to either walking into glory or letting it burn to ash. Someone behind your back has been working overtime to confuse your spirit. They're speaking your name in rooms you haven't entered, whispering lies while pretending to love you. And guess what? Heaven knows. And God is saying no more. No more manipulation. No more loops. No more choosing fear just because it feels familiar. This is it. This is the final heavenly choice. And what you do next will change everything. You might be wondering, how did we even get here? Because your soul is ancient, powerful, sacred. You were born with a divine blueprint that was meant to unlock generational blessings. But the enemy caught scent of you early. And they've been trying to break you from childhood. The heartbreak wasn't random. The betrayal wasn't an accident. The pain was part of the war. And through it all, God never stopped writing your name in the stars. But even stars can dim if they're never noticed. Even miracles fade if you never receive them. And now Archangel Michael is standing before your life, wings wide, eyes fierce, and fire in his voice saying, "This is the last time I'll fight this battle alone. If you want what was written for you, you must say yes right now. Not tomorrow. Not after I heal. Not when I feel ready. Now. Because if you miss this window, beloved, you won't just delay your destiny. You might reassign it. Yes, you heard that right. Heaven can reroute miracles if the soul refuses them too many times. And Michael has held on long enough. This isn't fear. This is truth. This is a love letter written in fire and urgency. And if you're still, it means your spirit is ready, even if your mind is scared. And now I must speak to your future directly. Your enemies, they already sense what's coming for you. That's why they've been acting weird. That's why some people around you suddenly grew cold. They feel the shift even before you do. And they're scared. Because when you finally say yes to your divine timeline, nothing will be able to stop what heaven launches in your life. But if you skip this, they win. And heaven didn't bring you this far for that. Not after all the nights you cried with your face buried in the pillow. Not after all the betrayals you forgave without receiving even a fake apology. Not after how long your angels waited outside your house protecting you from dangers you couldn't see. Now it's your turn to rise. And you don't rise by accident. You rise by choice. Let me say this from the Spirit. This is a test disguised as a message. What you do next is being watched. Not to judge you, but to position you. You keep asking when your breakthrough is coming. But heaven's asking when you're going to stop pretending you're not chosen. The truth, your glow scared people who had no idea what they were looking at. But Archangel Michael knows. He knows what's been promised to you. He knows who tried to block it. And he's ready to shut every gate of delay. But only if you stop ignoring your spirit. Now I want to speak to your heart as a divine witness. If something in your chest is saying this message is for you, then let this be the moment you finally listen. And if you want to stay connected to this kind of truth, this kind of protection, this kind of fire from heaven, subscribe now. Don't let the enemy keep you disconnected from the one divine voice that's been trying to rescue your timeline. One click, one choice. That's all it takes. Don't vanish. Not now. Not again. Because there is something waiting for you. So beautiful, so electric, so out of this world, and it's already been written. But God is saying, I can't force you to claim it. Michael is roaring in the unseen realm right now. He's already sent warnings in your sleep. He's already protected your name when they tried to smear it, but he can't keep defending someone who won't defend themselves. The time for silence is over. The time for fear is done. You are being watched by heaven and hell right now, both waiting to see what you do. Do you say, yes, I'm ready? Or do you pretend this message didn't just break open your chest and whisper to your soul? You'll feel it the moment you choose. Heaven doesn't just bless choices. It ignites them. When you say yes to what's written, angels move at the speed of surrender. Doors open. Emails come. People shift. Hearts soften. Enemies scatter. But say no or nothing and all of it pauses again and again until one day it doesn't return. God isn't cruel. He's strategic. And this message, it's strategy laced in divine mercy. And sometimes that divine strategy appears as a clear path that brings faith, peace, and practical order back into the places where fear has been ruling. My child, I see the struggle you have been facing, the stress about finances, the silent worries that stay in your heart, and the moments where you feel uncertain about what comes next. You have been asking for peace, and that answer is already on its way. You are not meant to stay stuck in fear. You are meant to walk forward with purpose, with faith, and with clear steps every day. That is why a simple system has been placed in front of you, a 30-day faith and financial breakthrough system, a path where each day brings you a focused prayer, a small financial action, and clear direction to help you move ahead. No pressure, no confusion, just steady progress toward peace and stability. If something inside you feels ready, if you are ready to change your situation, take that first step today. This could be the moment your life begins to change. You will find the link in the description and in the pinned comments below. Now stay with me because the mercy guiding you forward also carries a warning your spirit must hear. And mercy isn't always soft. Sometimes mercy slaps the table, breaks the silence, and screams, "Wake up." This is that kind of mercy. Archangel Michael has never looked more serious. This isn't just a message. It's the final line in your old chapter. And what happens next depends on if you finally choose to turn the page. Would you like me to continue this firestorm of divine urgency? Paragraph and line combo style full of hooks, cinematic pressure, and spiritual rescue. Good. You stayed. That alone is enough to shake the spirit world. Michael is standing next to you in spirit right now, sword drawn, clearing out everything that can't go with you. That includes fake friends, toxic love, fear, shame, self-doubt, and generational curses. All of it gone. Because the truth cannot breathe in the same room as your past version. And this part will make you tremble. Your name is already in the mouth of someone planning to come toward you, and they don't even know why. It's spiritual. God is pushing hearts, changing minds, orchestrating connections, all to match the truth that's about to rise from you. There will be tears. There will be dreams. There will be shaking. But don't fear it, feel it. Because for the first time in years, your soul is aligning with the heaven it was born from. That's why the enemy has been fighting you so hard. Because once this truth rises, there's no going back. You are no longer bound by what they said about you. No longer stuck in the identity they pushed on you. You are fire. You are chosen. You are light. And you are free. Michael is already ahead of you, clearing your path. God is lifting, exposing lies, reversing betrayals, and igniting the warrior you forgot lived inside of you. And, now that it's uncovered, there's no stopping what's coming next. They tried to bury your truth under layers of shame, doubt, and distraction. But what they didn't realize is that heaven keeps receipts. Every time you cried but didn't break. Every moment you forgave when you could have cursed. Every second you kept going when giving up felt easier, it was recorded. And now God is cashing in those tears for favor, justice, recognition. The hidden truth is this. You've already passed the test. Michael isn't asking for your effort anymore. He's asking for your agreement, your surrender, your yes to what God is finally ready to release. And let this line pierce your chest. This next season doesn't require performance. It requires presence. You don't have to fight for what's already yours. The inheritance has been unlocked. The truth has been released. All you have to do is walk like it's already done. God has been speaking your name in the quiet. Behind doors you've never walked through, to people you've never met. There are blessings assigned to you that are now being activated. That strange pressure in your chest. That's not fear. That's spiritual labor. Your soul is about to give birth to something no one saw coming. Even your enemies are confused. They did everything right. They plotted. They mocked. They blocked. They gossiped. But it didn't stop you because your elevation isn't natural. It's divine design. And here's something wild Michael just dropped. That moment you thought was your lowest. That day you thought it was over. That breakdown that had you screaming on the floor in silence. That wasn't your end. That was your spiritual crowning. Your womb split. Your aura cracked open. And what came out of you in that moment was the version of yourself heaven had been waiting for. So now God is saying, let's go. Let's go into the version of your life where you don't shrink to make others comfortable. Where you don't beg for the bare minimum while holding the bloodline of angels in your veins. Let's go into miracles, divine surprises, sudden favor. Let's go into clarity and confidence and connections that match your soul. But to do that, you must finally believe this truth. You were the key all along. Not them. Not the opportunity. Not the apology. You never got you. You were born with fire in your mouth and light in your bones. And tonight that truth is no longer hidden. Michael is roaring. Heaven is shaking. And your angels are clapping, crying, laughing because they've waited years for you to remember who you are. But now it's on you. Will you walk away from this message and scroll back into spiritual sleep? Or will you finally stand up and say, I receive this? Because this isn't a coincidence. It's a crossroad. And if you choose the old version of you tonight, the one who stayed quiet, small, and invisible, you're telling God you're not ready. But if you choose faith, if you choose surrender, if you choose that bold, yes, whispered through trembling lips, then it's done. The contracts are sealed. The truth is yours and nothing can stop what's about to flood into your life. Archangel Michael has already stepped into your future. He's rearranging timelines, canceling delays, breaking every fake bond that tied itself to your glow. Because now you're walking in truth. You're glowing in truth. You're chosen in truth. And before midnight strikes, God says this. You are ready. You are worthy. And you are mine. Keep going. And now that you've received this truth, your energy is going to start messing with people. Not because you're trying to, but because truth is loud. Even when you say nothing. People who used to control you with silence won't know how to act when you no longer flinch. People who were comfortable with your insecurity will get real uncomfortable when you start showing up like you finally believe in yourself and the ones who counted you out. Baby, they're going to have to watch from the sidelines as God pushes you into rooms you were once locked out of. This is the part that makes your enemies nervous because this elevation isn't revenge. It's prophecy. It was written. It was stamped. It was sealed with oil long before you ever knew who you were. And now you're walking into rooms as the fulfilled version of everything they tried to silence. Let them whisper. Let them wonder. You've got heaven's spotlight now. And when God reveals a truth this deep, He doesn't wait for permission from people who didn't believe in you. He moves in power with Michael at the front carrying your name like fire. And here's another hidden thing being revealed tonight. There's a destiny partner watching you. They've been spiritually stirred every time your name crosses their thoughts. Even if they don't fully understand why yet, they're not coming because of your looks or your timeline. They're being pulled by your calling because your energy has changed. Your spirit has matured. Your light has ripened. And now the right people can finally recognize you, not just see you. That's why the old connections had to crumble. They were built on a version of you that no longer exists. Michael made sure the ending hurt just enough for you to never go back. You've got heaven's spotlight now. God made sure the betrayal stung just enough to make you unavailable to that kind of love ever again. You're not just healing, you've been upgraded. And the people who are about to enter your life, they won't be confused about your value. They won't need convincing. They will see the truth instantly because their soul carries the same divine signature. This is spiritual alignment and it's coming fast. You'll know it by the way your body relaxes around them. You'll know it when you don't feel the need to shrink or impress. You'll know it when peace becomes louder than your fear. But let me drop this straight in your spirit. If you go back to what broke you, that truth will lock itself again. Because heaven doesn't reward disobedience. It honors discernment. And tonight you've been warned. This was the final knock. Michael is on his knees before God saying, "Please let them see it before the clock strikes." You are standing at the doorway of your new name, your new circle, your new timeline. But it requires you to shut every door behind you that was connected to lies. You don't need closure. You need obedience. The truth has already been revealed. You just have to walk in it. And when you do, favor will chase you. Peace will cover you. Angels will move before you. And those who once questioned your value will see you in rooms they could never enter. You were never overlooked. You were just being hidden until it was safe for the truth to speak. Now it's screaming. Don't silence it again. Michael is standing in the spirit holding out his hand. He's not offering protection anymore. He's offering promotion. But only the bold will grab it. Only the healed will walk through. Only the ready will rise. So ask yourself now, are you ready? Are you really? Because heaven just poured out everything you needed to know. The curtain is lifted. The veil is torn. The clock is ticking. And you're about to see what it feels like when God confirms your name in public. Let the world watch. Let your past panic. Because the hidden truth about you, it's about to become undeniable. This is your moment. This is your yes. And heaven will never be the same. You made it this far. And heaven is still holding its breath. Because this last part isn't just a message. It's the moment the old you dies and the anointed you takes their place. The angels are leaning in. Your ancestors are circling you in the spirit, whispering prayers they once begged God to fulfill through your bloodline. And now you're the answer. Let that sink in. You are the living prophecy. You are the continuation of prayers spoken in huts, in deserts, in prisons, in hospital rooms, and on cracked bedroom floors. You are not here to repeat the pattern. You're here to shatter it. And God didn't just reveal a truth tonight. He revealed a throne. One with your name carved in divine light. One that's been kept sealed until this exact moment. Until you finally woke up to the truth of who you really are. And the moment midnight strikes, the shift begins. Because this isn't about waiting anymore. This is about walking. Walking away from anything that confuses your spirit. Walking into the version of yourself that you've been dreaming of for years. Walking like the chains are already gone. Because baby, they are. Let me say it louder for the parts of you that are still healing. You're not broken. You're blooming. You're not lost. You're being launched. You're not running out of time. You were always ahead of schedule because of the battles you fought in silence. And now the spotlight that once felt like a curse is about to become your crown. Michael is handing it over in the spirit. He's been guarding it while you healed, while you struggled, while you questioned if it would ever come. But it's here and it fits you. The weight of it will feel strange at first. That's normal. You've been carrying pain so long, joy will feel uncomfortable. Let it. You've been in survival so long, peace will feel boring. Embrace it. You've been doubting so long, confidence will feel loud. Keep speaking. God is restoring not just what was stolen, but what was hidden. Hidden in your DNA. Hidden in your smile. Hidden in the fire you almost let die when they walked away. But it didn't die. It flickered. And now it's about to ignite everything. They'll wonder how you're glowing like this. They'll ask what you did. They'll try to copy your moves, but won't get your favor because your favor wasn't a product of performance. It was a product of presence. You stayed when it hurt. You showed up when it didn't make sense. You prayed when your hands were shaking. You forgave when they didn't say sorry. And heaven saw it all. That's why God whispered to Michael now. Not tomorrow. Not someday. Not when they're more perfect. Now. This is the divine delivery. This is the soul reminder. This is the final moment before you wake up different. Don't go back to sleep. Don't let your mind talk your miracle out of motion. Let the truth settle into your skin. You are the one. You are the fire. You are the message your bloodline has been waiting to send into the world. And nothing, no lie, no hater, no delay, no fear can stop what has already been declared in heaven about you. Now go. And now walk like someone who's already seen behind the veil. Move like the one who's been whispered to by heaven itself. Speak like a soul who carries sacred thunder in their throat and holy fire in their lungs. Because you're not ordinary anymore. Not that you ever were, but now you know. You know too much to pretend. You felt too much to play small. You've seen what silence births. You've tasted what surrender awakens. And once your soul has been branded by God's voice, nothing else satisfies. Nothing else compares. The world will still offer you distractions, illusions, counterfeits, but none of it will hold power anymore. Why? Because you've been marked. You've been through fire and instead of being burned, you became a flame. There's no need to chase anyone now. No more begging people to understand you. No more shrinking to stay accepted. You don't belong to their approval. You belong to heaven's agenda and heaven is in motion. Even now, as you breathe these words in, angels are shifting things behind the scenes. Contracts in the spirit are being written in your favor. Conversations you weren't invited to are turning toward your name. Places you thought you lost access to are quietly preparing a seat for you. And you won't need to knock this time. You'll walk in. Because when God's timing meets your obedience, access is automatic. And sometimes that obedience begins with one simple, faithful step toward the peace, clarity, and stability you have been praying for. My child, I see the weight you have been carrying. The quiet worries about money, the stress you rarely speak about, the nights when your mind refuses to rest. You have been praying for peace, and your prayers have been heard. You are not meant to walk this journey in confusion and fear. You are meant to walk with faith, with clarity, and with daily direction. That is why a simple path has been placed before you, a 30-day faith and financial breakthrough system. Each day you will be guided with a gentle prayer, a simple money step, and clear direction to help you regain control. Nothing overwhelming, nothing complicated. Just small, faithful steps leading you toward peace and stability. If your heart feels ready, begin today. Do not delay this moment. The link is in the description and in the pinned comments below. Now, stay with me because what follows faithful obedience is more than favor. This isn't just favor. This is fulfillment. And you'll feel it in the way people look at you differently. In the way closed doors open without effort, in the way you speak and it lands like prophecy. Because heaven doesn't just anoint your destiny, it announces it. You'll become a walking reminder that glory still lives, that miracles are still unfolding, that yes, God still chooses the overlooked, that yes, angels still war for the broken. And yes, your life is living proof. So, don't be surprised when the shift feels unfamiliar. Don't be alarmed when people don't recognize you anymore. That's because they weren't meant to follow this version of you. They were assigned to your wilderness, not your rising. And now that you're rising, let the old energies fall away. Let the masks melt. Let the false attachments dissolve. What God has for you doesn't require performance. It just requires presence. Your full open yielded presence, that's all. Just show up soul first and heaven will do the rest. The doors, the provision, the restoration, the acceleration. It's already set. The path is clear. The angelic guard is assigned. And your name is still glowing in the margins of heaven's next scroll. So, lift your head, adjust your crown, wipe the tears that nobody saw, and take the next breath like you were made for this because you were. You were made for this moment, for this mantle, for this miracle. You were made to walk the prophecy out in full, not halfway, not hidden, not halfway healed, fully whole, fully ready, fully chosen. This is where your story roars. And it won't be written in whispers anymore. It'll be carved in thunder fire. Stay ready. Heaven isn't finished yet. Now go walk like Michael just handed you the key to your throne. Speak like angels are writing down every word. Love like you've never been broken. Move like God is guiding every step because He is. The hidden truth has been revealed. Your name is still glowing. The clock hasn't struck yet, but it's close. So, take this moment and run with it. And when the miracles show up faster than you imagined, when the ones who once rejected you start watching from the sidelines, when your phone rings with opportunities you didn't chase, smile, not because you're lucky, but because you finally believed in what God always knew. You are chosen. And now the world is about to know it, too. And when they see you rise, they'll swear it came out of nowhere. But heaven knows better. You didn't just stumble into this glow. You bled for it. You cried for it. You sacrificed versions of yourself that begged to stay just to become someone your future would thank. And now that you've stepped into the light of this truth, there's no version of darkness that can swallow you again. The ones who doubted you will have to watch your name dance in places they tried to erase you from. Because when God reveals you, He doesn't do it quietly. Heaven announces, deep earth responds, and the spiritual realm trembles.